for people that say that there's no way to make money off of Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or any of those things, it's madness, because there's so many ways to make money and to get buyers and to get sellers and to meet more people off of literally 100% organic social media. So the whole strategy that you want to think of is social media. It can be like a shotgun approach where you just try to get the message out to everybody. But if you're smart with it, it can literally be a sniper rifle. And so LinkedIn is the most sniper rifle of any of them. And the reason why is because you can literally find what the person does, basically how much money they make if you look at their title, and you can also see they live in your city. And so LinkedIn, if you pay for like one of the premium ones, I think it's like 50, 60, 70 bucks a month, whatever it is, you can literally find any person that you want to and connect to them in some sort of way. And like, I'll give you an idea of how I use LinkedIn. Like, I always want to think differently, like I told you. And so I was trying to think differently. There's one guy this is when I was still back in sales, and he was the perfect client of mine. And he was like perfect. And I tried to get a hold of him for like the longest time, and I couldn't get a hold of him. And I couldn't get a hold of him. He, kind of pushed me off. He was the CEO of a company. So of course he had like the gatekeepers, couldn't get through the gatekeepers really well. And so I noticed on his LinkedIn profile that he owned that company, and then he was an investor in a few other companies. And two of the companies that were up there were alcohol companies. One of them was tequila, and the other one was vodka. That vodka company actually just sold for $400 million last year. But they hadn't sold at that point. And the other one was a workout company. There were these workout sandbags. And so I was like, how can I make myself different from everybody else? And so what I did was I literally went in, I bought a huge box, and I bought the tequila, the vodka, and the workout company, and golf balls, because I saw that he was a golfer, because I also put his name into Facebook, and I saw that all of his so like literally I can go full hardcore ex-girlfriend stalker mode on these people and find everything that I want to about them, right? So I put some golf balls in there, and I said, what I was doing is I was selling PEO services. So it was basically like we were selling it's like paychecks, where you sell them like they do their insurance through you, they do their paychecks through you, they do all that stuff. And I literally delivered it to his office. And it was such a like massive box that the lady up front, when I said, yes, he is, I'm like, say his name because he's got a really unique name. Is John here? She goes, oh, he's in a meeting. Give me 1 second. And she went into the room, got him, brought him out. And he said, what is this? And I said, here, this is just for you. Let me know if you have any questions. And he's like, how do I get a hold of you? And I was like, you'll know. And he's like, all right. So I walk out. I've been trying to get a hold of this guy for literally, it was probably 6 to 7 months at this time. Within 20 minutes of me dropping it off, he called me on my cell phone, and he turned into one of my biggest commissions that I'd ever had. But the reason why was because I literally was able to target him based off of what he did, where he was hanging out. And I noticed that he had some sort of commonalities that overlapped with me. Golf was one of the big things. And at that point, I really liked the type of tequila that he had. And so we were able to connect on those two things as like friends, right? And have that connection between the two of us. But LinkedIn gives so much information that it's absolutely ridiculous. If you look at somebody, you can know where they work. You can literally find the address to where they work if you want to. You can find their phone number. You can find out where they went to school, because I've many times sent somebody something in the mail at their office based in, like, one of them that pops in my head was Brown University, and I sent them a hat from Brown University. And I don't remember what else there was. There was other stuff that was in there as well. And so there's so much information on LinkedIn that it's like almost creepy. And with that being said, that means that whoever your target market is, where if you're like, all right, once again, like the example I said before, I want to sell $1 million house. Okay, well then I probably, want to find some executives, because executives might have $1 million houses. What are the 25 biggest companies biggest private companies, I would say, in my city? And I would find them, and I would see their entire executive staff. And I would literally friend request every single one of them, because you can friend request as many people as you want. That's the difference between LinkedIn, is you don't follow people really. You can, but you don't really follow people. You just connect with them. And then what I would do is I would either send them something physically in the mail, or I would say, hey, I would start a conversation with them that has absolutely nothing to do with what I do. But it could say like, hey, saw you went to the University of Florida. I'm a big Gator fan as well. What do you think about this? And we can talk about that. You can literally just be so different than everyone else. Imagine if you got on LinkedIn and you have all of these stupid people that are sending you all of these things they're trying to sell. And then one guy says, oh, I saw you went to UF. I'm a big Gator fan as well. What do you think of, the new coach? I'll be like, oh, shit, who is this guy? Like, of course I want to talk about that because I just went through 20 messages of people that I don't want to talk to. And so it's about finding the perfect person, but it's standing out in your messaging to them as well.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. There should be a link either above or below, depending on where you're watching this. Please click that link and follow the instructions. And don't forget, like and follow us on all our social media outlets if you've liked what you've seen here. And share this with anybody that you think would find it valuable. Thank you and have a great day.